All right, first graders, so now we're going to do an experiment. You will use 3 different shapes of beaks. We're going to use a clothespin, which is similar to a short, flat beak like a woodpecker would use for making holes in the wood. A long, thin tweezers, which is similar to the long, thin beak of a hummingbird that he uses to sip nectar from flowers. And then we're going to use a spoon, which is similar to the bill of a pelican, which has more of that scoop shape to help it hold his fish. We're going to test each of these tools, picking up different shapes of food. So we're going to use marbles, which resemble small round foods like berries or even bugs. And then we're going to use some straws, which represent kind of your long, thin bugs, like worms and slugs and those types of bugs, as well as roots of trees. And then we're going to use some toothpicks, which look a lot like grasses that you will find out in the wild. Okay, so you're going to use your journal, and we have a page that looks like this. So before we get started, I want you to think about each of these tools, the spoon, the tweezer, and the clothespin. Which one would be best for picking up marbles? Take a moment and circle the one you think. Okay, don't worry about whether or not you're right. We're going to test it out here in a moment. Okay, next I want you to think about spoon, tweezers, or clothespin. Circle which one you think will be better to pick up straws. So kind of long, cylindrical shaped bugs and twigs. Circle the one you think. Don't worry if you're right. We're going to test them out and see which one's best. And then spoon, tweezers, or clothespin. Which one is best for picking up small grasses? That's going to be our toothpick. So take your best guess, circle the one you think. All right, now we are going to test these out. At the bottom of your journal page, you see a chart. We're going to use this chart to keep track of the test we're about to do. Each test is going to have 15 seconds, and I'm going to now go to video so that you can see my friend Amaya and I. We're going to show you how to do this experiment. So in front of us, you'll see we have a blue tray. On that tray, there is a box. Inside that box are the different materials we're going to use. Also on your tray are the 3 tools that we have. I'm going to set the tools on the table behind the tray because we're not going to use all 3 of them at the same time. Okay, and then very gently putting my hand in front of the box so things don't roll out too fast, I'm going to dump the materials onto the tray. Now I'm sitting at seat A and Amaya is sitting at seat D. And so I'm going to put the box in front of Amaya because seat A and B go first. Seats C and D go second. Okay, so the tray is going to be in front of me. And then you'll see right beside me, I have my journal page. I'm going to be working on this chart right down here at the bottom of the journal page. So I have the tray in front of me. And if you look at that journal page, it says the first tool we're going to look at is the spoon. So I'm going to grab my spoon first. And it says we're going to pick up marbles first. So I'm going to hold my spoon in the air and wait for Mrs. Williams to turn on the timer to say go. Now, I am not racing my friends. This is not a race. What we're trying to see is, does this shape of tool pick up marbles? So we're going to see how many marbles we can pick up using this tool. And then we're going to put all the marbles back and we're going to see, does this shape of tool pick up straws? Okay, so I want you to focus on the shape. It's not about how fast you go. It's about, is it good at its job? Okay, so I'm going to use my spoon when Mrs. Williams says go. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you got to sit on your other hand or put it behind your back because you can only use one hand at a time. only one hand at a time. I'm going to scoot my computer back so you can see more of our space. Okay, so you can see one hand is under me, and now I've got my spoon. And when Mrs. Williams says go, then I can see how many marbles I'm going to pick up. And my friend Maya is going to count my marbles for me. Now I see all my marbles kind of in one spot, so I'm going to move everything around, so I have to work at this. All right, ready, set, go. So the timer has started.
1,
I'm going to
2,
Maya's going to count for me.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Timer went off, so I need to stop. And Amaya said I have
7 marbles.
7 marbles. So in my first spot where it says spoon and marbles, I'm going to put the number 7. So I have 7 marbles. Next, I'm going to look at straws. So I'm going to be testing straws next. But first, Amaya needs to go. She needs to test marbles. So I'm going to pass the tray to Amaya first. I'm going to put all my marbles back. Pass the tray to Amaya. Amaya's going to sit on one hand. When Mrs. Williams sets the timer, ready, set, oh, get that spoon up. No touching till she says go. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, all done. So Amaya got 4 marbles. So you can write 4 on yours. Okay. So she has 4 marbles. All right. So see, Amaya now has her date in there. She has 4 marbles. So next she's going to be going for straws. So now the tray comes back to Mrs. Williams. The box goes back to Amaya. And I'm still using the spoon, but this time I'm trying to pick up the straws, only straws. So when the time, sit on one hand. When the timer goes off, I can go. Ready, set, go. Oh, not marbles. Oh my.
1.
The straws roll around. It's not so easy. Oh my.
2.
Oh, I got 2. Boy, that was much harder. Much harder. So I will put a 2 on my book. It doesn't show, the pen wasn't showing up. So now I've got, oh, it was much better tool for picking up marbles. Straws were much harder, so I only got 2. But it's Amaya's turn. Maybe she'll have better luck with that tool. That shape is really hard, Amaya. All right. Spoon up. Ready, set, go. 1. It's okay, I get it. 2, 3, 4. All right. She got 4. So nice job. So you'll put 4 on yours. So, and then we'll go on and do toothpicks. And then each of us will take a turn with toothpicks and the spoon. And then when we're done with the spoon trials, we can put that down. And the next one says we'll do tweezers. So then we'll pick up our tweezers. We'll get marbles and straws and toothpicks. And then we'll just keep going till we finish all of the experiment. Then we'll take a look at the bottom and see which tool was best for what shape of food. And we'll match that to what we thought about, see what changed in our thinking through all this experiment. All right, enjoy your experiment.